Hello there. I hope you can hear me again now. I'm sorry that I tried to come on earlier and like just before, and it just did not want to work. And the weird thing is my mic was queued up. I've got like a little thing that shows me when I'm talking and stuff on the mic. That was all queued up, but it just didn't want to let me give out that message for some reason. I guess Spirit didn't want anybody else to hear that message except for me. So obviously that was one for me about money. Hello there, Misha Hicks. Hello there, Charlie Bear. Hello, Linda. Hello, Jishan. Please let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, I think somebody just did not want anybody else to hear it other than me, for some reason. Hello there, Crystal. Hello there, Coco Babe. Yeah, I did, I'm just going to check that if you can hear me first, and then I'm going to carry on. I was going to do some, like, cards of the day today for everybody, and then paid questions. And also do like collective readings as well. Or collective or star sign ones. I know Coco Babe said for Capricorn, so I'm going to do the Capricorn ones as well. But I just got called to do like one collective one, but obviously they didn't want anybody else to hear that, so. Oh, okay, hang on, let me see if I can correct that, because it might be on slow mode. We don't need slow mode on right now. It was only when people were spamming. It has been a while since I've been on though, so. There we go. Hey, there we go. Yeah. So, let's do the star signs then. We'll do a card for each star sign, and then we'll go into the individual people. So, Aries. Oh, Leo energy is definitely going to come out, Linda. I am a Leo myself, so, you know, there's no way that's getting left up behind, or Pisces, that's the matter. So, Aries. I'm sorry for not making a centre of attention, Aries, as usual. So, you're taking a little bit of a leap of faith here. You're doing a little bit of learning. I feel like, I always want to tell you off, you've been a little bit of a petulant child, if I'm going to be honest here. Like, by that I mean, like, you know when you need to do something as a kid, and they go, you know, go and clean your room, or go and do your homework, or go and study for the test, and you're like, but I don't want to. Like, that's what you've been doing. The universe has been saying, go and do this, go and do this, go and do this. And you've been a bit like a petulant child and gone, I don't want to. Now you're starting to have a little bit of that wake-up call, and you're going, you know what? Now that I've done it, I'm happy about it. Now that I've done it, I'm moving forward from it. Now that I've done it, okay, I admit that I should have done this. So as you start to kind of go and do the things that you know you should have done, particularly, I feel like this is like the universe is constantly giving this message over and over and over again. This is what you should be doing. This is what you need to do. This is how you need to go forward. Like, because of that before, you wanted to kind of avoid it, because it's kind of like eating your vegetables. But this is actually a good thing, though. This is really a good thing, because you're actually taking lead on it now, because you're taking the action. You're heading forward. You're going forward here. So, hello there, Sag Girl. Hello there. Oh, I'm glad that resonated with Charlie Bear. A Taurus. So we got Taurus next. So what does Taurus need to know today? Taurus. I always do like yell a little bit at Aries, but I love Aries really. With the Five of Swords here, you're kind of leaving the past behind. I feel like more than anything, you're getting serious here, Taurus. Like, this is a different vibe. This is like, you're getting serious here. You're going, you know what? I can't change these people. I can't change what has happened. I can't change these people in particular, I want to say. And you're choosing to leaving it behind. I don't feel like all is lost, though. I feel like there will be some sort of... I don't want to say a compromise, because I do feel like there's going to be like a distance of you walking away from them. But it's like, it's all going to come out in the wash. It's all going to come out in the end. And it's all going to be kind of cleared up in the end. So you don't need to kind of prove anything to them. You're not having to make them do anything. It's all going to come out in the end. It's all going to come out in the wash. So... I do feel like there is a little bit of heartbreak and betrayal here. Like, if you were to kind of try and carry on dealing with this person and dealing with what they're up to and dealing with what they were saying, it would just be them betraying you. And I feel like this is because they don't really know how to be friendly with people or how to, like, really work as a team. It's all me, 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 me. So this person, you're having to just leave them behind. You're having to not deal with them. You're having to just let it all play out. And that's really going to help you a lot in the end. Hello there, Karen. It's good to see you on again. I haven't seen you in ages because I haven't been on in ages. It's good to see everyone back again. With the reverse of the Ten of Pentacles here, I do feel like there's going to either be money losses or a bit of like... I feel more monetary stagnation from this. Like, it's not really going to hurt your money for long term, but it's going to slow things down a little bit. Like, you're going to lick your wounds and you're going to come out of it in the end. I do feel like there's a little bit of repression of your throat chakra here. Like, there's things you still want to say to them or you still wish you could say. I almost feel like you need a chance to scream at the void. By that I mean, like, sometimes you can't tell somebody they're being a B word to their face. So you have to go and scream at the void. Like, my personal favourite is Alanis Morissette putting on something like You Ought to Know, or just anything really from Jagged Little Pill. Like, that was my teenage angst CD right there. Of like, go, why won't they date me? They ought to know, you know. And you need to scream at that void. So not necessarily like confront them, but you need a little bit of that screaming at the void. Whether it's like, you know, you go out and you jog 5 miles, or you scream like your head off at like a song that helps to just release that. You need to do a little bit of that because you are being very adult about this, Taurus. You're being an adult. You're, you know, keeping it in, but you can't keep that in forever. Eventually, you need to kind of scream at the void, let it out, push it out, let it go. You know. Oh yeah, I loved Alanis Morissette. One of my friends got me interested in high school, and we just went mad. And like, one of my big regrets is I kind of wish I'd seen her live. But my favourite song of hers is, it's a B-side track, so you might not heard it, but you can find it on like YouTube, and it's The Death of Cinderella. That is like a real screamer of a song. That's probably my favourite song of all time, if I'm going to be right there. Yeah. Hello, Kalisha. So, Geminis. What does Geminis need to know for the next 24 hours? So, we have got the Nine of Pentacles here. Your plans of financial gain or financial movement forward is really going to be positive for you. It's really going to push you forward. It's really going to continue it on. One thing I would say though is it's not overnight success. This isn't like money coming in the next 24 hours. This is more like 3 or 6 months down the line, you're going to be in a lot better position. But this is because you're hard work. So this is a lot of your like hard work is paying off. And I feel like it's really like really kind of positive for you, because you're going to get this sense of accomplishment. Like, if you were to like just win, say, £1,000 or something, like, by all means it would be brilliant and it would be awesome, and you'd be like, oh my god, I've just won £1,000, that's brilliant. But to feel like you've achieved it, you've gone, you know what, I wanted to get £1,000 to go on holiday, and I worked hard and I saved up and I took care of things, and now I have that money. that would be just so much more, like, influential to you. Like, there's so much more pride coming in. I don't feel like it's just about the money, Gemini. That money is helping you to unblock things, but it's also unblocking within yourself this kind of like, if I put my mind to it, I can achieve it. One of the like, sometimes I like to listen to ebooks, and if I remember, I'll comment it down in the comment section down below later. But it was talking about making a list of like everything you want to achieve, or the main things in life you want to achieve, like your goals, and then ordering it by the most important at the top and least important ones are down the bottom, and then kind of like moving it up sort of thing and down and altering it how you felt, and then not really kind of questioning how you're going to do it, but like having that focus of this is my goals, not even necessarily sharing it with everybody, but like keeping it to yourself and just going, these are my goals, and then looking at that every day to kind of give you that kind of, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm trying to achieve. Because you really are very good at manifesting, as much as you don't shout it from the rooftops, Gemini. You're not somebody that goes around and says, oh, I manifested a call from that guy, you know. But you're somebody that actually, you know, you think, you know what, I'd really like to hear from that person. And then it happens, you know. You don't shoot it from the rooftops. You don't push it. You don't, like, feel like you have to control the universe. You know, you're more at the Zen level of kind of like, it is what it is. It happens because it will happen, you know. And I do feel like that's really beautiful for you, you know. I do feel like that's really beautiful. But, yeah, you need to have a little bit more of an idea of, like, if I'm going to give you any criticism here right now, is the fact that you need to have a little bit of a focus of going, this is what I really want, and this is what I want, and this is what I want, this is my priority, and it's kind of prioritizing what you want and your needs, and just generally yourself, you know. Hello, Michelle Robbins. So, Cancers. Ooh. You are a little bit all over the place, Cancers. So, I'm going to do some cards of the day at the end, guys. I'm going to do some paid questions and cards of the day at the end. So, Cancers. So, you do have movement forward here. I almost feel like there's this reluctance here. You kind of hoped, Cancers, that this person would come along with a ride for you. So, this is you. I almost feel like it's a happy moving on, but it's also sad. And by sad, it's like you're having to leave somebody behind. You're going, I want this person in my life. I love this person in my life. But there's this sadness attached to it because you know this person wasn't willing to kind of grow with you. So you're having to kind of continue on. You're having to walk forward on your own. With the Queen of Wands here, though, I feel like there's great communication here. There's wonderful communication coming in from all new directions. So don't feel like you're going to be alone. You'll never be alone. You know, we all have at least one spirit guide that's kind of tagging along for the ride and has no choice about that matter. I'm just joking. They do have a choice, but you know what I mean. They're always going to be there, you know, even if it's something embarrassing. But you're going to have other people coming in around you, and they're going to be coming in and trying to, like, changing you and challenging you, allowing you to grow. So it is really beautiful here, Cancers, more than anything. Like, I really love this because although there's this sadness in the beginning, over the next, like, 6 weeks or 6 months, there is going to be more and more of these, like, new and interesting people that challenge you and change you and just generally lighten up your life. So don't feel like you're alone from leaving them. Their stubbornness is their own demise. They are being stubborn and they're going to live to regret this. So don't feel sad about it or lonely. You will have some really good progression forward here. Leos. So, oh, that one wants to pop out. You're not leaving somebody behind. You're the reverse of Cancers. You are dragging somebody behind with you. Like, they like to be dragged, though. Yeah. You could see this person in a leash and a collar, you know. They like to be dragged, really. More than anything, though, with the Ace of Cups, it's the insecurity here, the fears that are holding them back. You are a ferocious lion with, like, you know, you are the you know, the alpha predator here, you know, you are the alpha, you are the one that kind of walks out into the plains, the savannah, and you take control. they are terrified of that. Like, as much as they want to say they're the leader, it's like a kitten's roar. It's like they'll roar and then they'll get scared and fall over, you know. They have, as much as they say they want to be brave, they are terrified. And you will just yeet into the, into the void. You'll just run and just chase that sunrise, So, you aren't leaving them behind. Yes, they seem reluctant, but if you just carry on taking the lead, they're going to run after you. Just keep on taking that leap of faith here. Because although you feel like it's a bit of a burden on you, or you feel like you're being a bit of a burden, they kind of like the fact that somebody else is taking the lead, They just don't have the bravery to do themselves. They kind of look at you with this kind of repose of going, this person's fabulous, this person's amazing, why can't I kind of be like them? And it is kind of intoxicating sometimes. And that's why they haven't moved forward before, because it's intoxicating, it's scary. Just keep on leading and they will follow. There's a saying of if you build it, they will come. If you do it, they will come. You just gotta go and do it, because otherwise they'll just stay scared forever and nothing will move forward. So, Virgos. So, Virgos, what does Virgos need to know today? So, a lot of arguments around you, Virgo, and I feel like you've kind of had enough of it. You're always having to deal with these arguments, and you are trying to stop the arguments, but you get dragged into the middle of it. You're trying to calm somebody down and then they start a fight with you. You're kind of done with that. You're stepping away from it. You're like, it's not my monkey, it's not my circus, I'm not going to get involved. You can't really fix this anyway. Sometimes people just want somebody to lash out to, and you just need to let them go and sort themselves out, They will find security, and you will find security and balance by walking away. As much as it seems like to you, it's well, why don't you just listen? Because they're just not ready to listen. They'll sort themselves out in good time. They'll tire themselves out. It's almost like a toddler. A toddler has this kind of screaming fit on the floor. They scream and they throw their arms and you can't do anything. And you just have to let them just sort themselves out. And then when they've calmed down, then you can talk to them. So you will be able to deal with this person again. But you need to let them have a little bit of screaming fit here and a little bit of sorting themselves out, So, thank you for the timestamps, by the way, Karen. Libras. So, with the reverse of the Hangman here, there's not a lot of self-improvement going on right now. You're kind of lacking the self-improvement department. And I feel like it's because you kind of had a little bit of a letdown here. You feel a little bit well, what's the use of me trying to improve myself? What's the use of me trying to push things forward? What's the use in this? Nothing good's going to come of this. There is this major, nothing's good's going to come of this, So, with the reverse of the Fool card here, though, because nothing will change unless you take a leap of faith. Yes, it didn't work out before. Yes, you did try your hardest. I've got to admit this, Libras. But doing nothing will not help anything, By all means, take a moment, lick your wounds sort of thing, and try in a different direction. Sometimes we have to realise that sometimes things don't work out because it's not meant for us. What is meant for you will never pass you by. But if you choose to just sit there, you're going to choose to just stagnate. It's a little bit like if you've had a breakup, you sit in your room, you eat takeaway, and you're covered with the old takeaway wrappers and, watching sappy movies. At some point, you need to get up, go have a shower because you stink, tidy up all your junk food wrappers or whatever, and then push yourself forward. Because that's the only real way you're going to get through this, is through it. And sometimes we can be just I'm not in the mood to do this, and we have to push ourselves to do it anyway, regardless of whether we're in the mood, regardless of how it feels. just the sheer fact it will kind of lift us up and enlighten us and get us to a point where we need to be. So allow yourself to take over that, allow yourself to continue on, because that's really going to get you to a whole new beginning here. So, but much love though. So, Scorpios. What do you need to know today, Scorpios? Oh, you're a little bit reluctant. You don't even know what's up today. Like, why are you even watching this if you don't want to know? But yeah, because you feel like it's just going to be bad news. You already feel like there's bad news on the horizon, or you already know that there's bad news around you. And that's the reason why you don't want to know about it. But with the Five of Cups here, like, I'm just going to try and show you a second. Like, yes, there is loss here, but there is still 2 cups remaining. There is still hope here. That, yes, let's not sugarcoat it. Yes, there has been bad. There is an ebb and flow with life. Bad comes and then good comes. Bad comes and then good comes. There is an ebb and there is a flow to it all. You know, how we react to that ebb and flow is up to us. But you do have hope here. You do have still a little glimmer of hope here. But it's not in the way that you wanted. You are being offered something from the universe. It's just not the person or the way that you wanted it to be offered. So it's time for you to kind of pick yourself up and go, you know what? It's not what I wanted, but I'm grateful for what I am given. I'm grateful for this new start. I'm grateful for what is coming into my life. It is going to bring about a whole new change for you. But I just don't feel like it's a change that you wanted. This is almost like, you know, wanting to get a date with somebody and then they say no and then somebody else asks you out. You know, that kind of mentality. It's not exactly what you wanted, but sometimes it's what you kind of needed. Maybe that person that you wanted to ask out was a jerk, you know. Maybe that person that you wanted to ask out was secretly, you know, married or something, you know. You don't know. Sometimes things happen, you know. Sometimes things happen. And it's important to understand that, I don't like the term everything happens for a reason, but sometimes things do happen for a reason, and it's to kind of push you down to a different path and make you happy, like, you know, to push yourself forward, basically. Oh, please take care, Charlie Bear. I hope that helps you out, though. I definitely feel like there is this contentment for money and finances coming in for you. Like, more material matters is going to be comforting. Do allow yourself to kind of enjoy yourself a little bit here, Scorpio. Give yourself a little bit of pep talk with it. Buy yourself something nice, that kind of thing. Obviously not to excess, but, you know, have a little bit of a pep talk here. Because it's not playing out the way you wanted, but there is still hope here. There's still some goodness here. Sagittarius. You're like really kind of having a lot of these kind of cuddly, loving kind of emotions here. It's almost like this delicateness towards it, but I almost want to hide this. Like, I almost feel like you want to hide it. Like, you're having all these emotions bubble up here, Sagittarius. You're having this lovely, like, love energy bubble up. But you're, like, wanting to hide it. You're wanting to run from it. You're wanting to, you know, hide away. And it's because it's almost like this feeling of unworthiness. Like, I'm not worthy of this. Or I'm not worthy of, like, this, like, opportunity. If you've ever seen, like, the song that Meg sings in Hercules, where it's like, I won't say I'm in love, because whenever I do, it's like everything bad happens, you know. It's almost like that. You're kind of denying yourself this, like, love, this happy ending. You need to stop doing that. There's no reason to punish yourself. The universe will kick your butt enough. Like, the universe will punish you enough. You don't need to do it yourself, you know. Stop punishing yourself. It is causing a lot of stagnation for you because you're hiding this away. Again, it's hiding behind all the other cards. Because you're hiding it away, it's causing stagnation in life. It's causing your life not to move forward. And it's time for you to embrace that and to just propel yourself forward and head forward with it. Because this is really going to be a whole new good start for you. But you need to choose to propel that and choose to move that forward. So, Capricorn. Capricorns. Capricorns. What does Capricorns need to know now? I just want to say, just intuitively, the cheek on you at the moment. Like, you're being really cheeky here. You're not really planning very long term right now. You're more short term. You're being a bit cheeky though. You're being a bit cheeky with people around you. Though there is issues here with communication. And things aren't moving forward because you're not communicating directly. Like, you're definitely trying to, but you're not communicating directly. There's definitely an issue here with it, communication. Though, you're avoiding communication as well. You need to start talking to this person. You're being a bit cheeky here. You need to start talking to them. It's all well playing games, but you need to kind of just be around this person, because I feel like this kind of like worries you, kind of getting too close to them or letting them in too much. It kind of worries you, kind of scares you a little bit. So you're going to have to allow yourself to kind of embrace that and to like enjoy connecting with this person, because if you just avoid it, nothing's really going to happen. You need to kind of take the step out of it. It's almost like you just don't even want to connect to it. But you need to, you need to move forward for it and can continue on. So next up we've got is Aquarius. Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know today? Does Aquarius need to know about the next 24 hours? So, a lot of stagnation here. But I feel like you're frustrated. You've put a lot of your heart and soul into this, and it's just not moving forward. I do feel like it's other people or other things that are holding it back or slowing it down. You want to take the lead. You want to kind of continue this forward. And you need to kind of like a little bit make demands here, but like protect your own finances, protect your own investments. So be careful how you approach it. But I feel like others are going to give you a bit of a runaround here, are going to go, no, you can't do this, or no, you shouldn't do this, or no, you shouldn't go in this direction, that kind of thing. Some other people are going to be giving you a little bit of a runaround here, so be careful about that, because I feel like that runaround is causing you a little bit of anxiety or a little bit of issues here. So, take your time with it. You are dealing with someone who's a little bit of arrogance here. So they're going to be like, well, I know everything, I'm the boss, I know everything, I'm in charge. It's like a little bit of power has gone to their head big time. When some people, like, they're powerless or they don't have much going on, they suddenly get like a PTA meeting spot or something like that, and they go like I'm the queen, like everything is mine. Everybody needs to check with everything with me. But real leaders or real people that lead aren't like that. They allow other people space to kind of experiment and experience who they are, and just generally to kind of be who they need to be. So more than anything here, this is a person that, doesn't really know how to kind of like focus on taking care of a group. They're more focused on like, what do I need? What do I want? That kind of thing. And it's more to do with power with them. So you're going to have to protect your assets and what you need from this, because otherwise you're going to be dealing with somebody who is like basically just constantly wanting somebody else to praise them or constantly wanting to take control, that kind of thing. So we're going to move on now to the last one, which is Pisces, and then we're going to do some cards of the days for the people that are here. So Pisces. So, finances are definitely moving forward here. I almost want to say financial investments will do well. So things that you're investing with in your finances for the long term will be doing really well for you. And particularly like love as well. Like it'll particularly help like your connections with your lovers or your lover. And I feel like more than anything here, this is you allowing yourself to connect to them, allowing yourself to kind of like connect in the right way and connect to the right people, that kind of thing. More than anything here, this is you connecting to them and allowing yourself to kind of go, you know what, I've set up a happy life for us, a happy long term for us, that kind of thing. But you are going to have to show your emotions a little bit more here. I feel like more than anything, because you've been trying to set up this life for you and your significant other, or your future partner or your future relationship, etc. Because you've been setting this up, you haven't had much time to really express your emotions, either to the person you're dealing with or just in general. Like, you need more expression, you need more kind of like that confidence there. So do understand that it is, you know, kind of needing to kind of push it forward and needing to continue on. So hope that helps you out. So I'm going to do some cards of the day now. Oh, thank you, Lorna. Laura, I'm glad that helped you out. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, sometimes we need to kind of like scream at the void to like release it and let it go. But please post up if you want a card of the day, and I'll do some quick cards of the day and also some paid readings as well. So it's £5 for a question. Just shout me in chat if you like a card of the day. So Karen. There is some self-improvement here that you could be doing with yourself. And I do want to say yourself. I don't feel like this is physical though. This is more like mental. I almost want to say mental arithmetic. But like, you could be doing some self-improvement here, and I don't mean physical. I definitely feel like not physical, like as in like learning something, and just generally I feel like expanding your mind here. But it's almost like you're not seeing it as worth the investment. And that's quite sad. So like, I have a friend who is of the older variety, and she's just taken up a college course thing. So like, it's never too late to learn. It's never too late to expand your mind or expand your knowledge. And I feel like that's what you need. It's really going to help you to kind of get this sense of like accomplishment. Like, I've accomplished this. I'm proud of myself. I've moved myself forward, that kind of thing. It's really going to help you with that sense of accomplishment and really kind of push you forward. I just don't feel like you're taking it on right now. You could really be, if you took this leap of faith, it would be a whole new journey for yourself. The Fool card, if you, in case you don't know, like the major arcana in the tarot actually have a story to them. It's like a massive story when you get into it. It's a story about enlightenment. The very first card is the Fool, and the Fool starts by taking that leap of faith onto that journey of enlightenment. And that's why I found it so funny about like having that as well, focus on that as well, because I know you just said about trying to expand into getting control of your health. I feel like there's more to that. Like, by all means, focus on your health as well, but you need a little bit of time away from it, and that's why I got drawn to like not physical. It's more about enlightening yourself. So this is like learning something, enlightening yourself, that kind of thing. And it's like, sometimes unfortunately, like when you have a lot of health problems, your entire life is the health problems. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, your whole life becomes that, and it feels like it needs to be something else. You can always kind of afford like half an hour a day or an hour a day, you know, to focus on something outside of it. But it's that slowly learning over time, if that makes sense, which is really going to free things up. And it'll give you 5 minutes not thinking about it and 5 minutes away from it. And that's really going to help you. So don't like, you know, spend all day doing it necessarily. But like, you know, just a half an hour or an hour or something like that, or a little bit here and there. So, you know, because obviously like health is important as well, but this is like something else other than health. And that's really going to free things up for you. And it's really going to help you a lot. And it's going to really help you in a spiritual sense as well. So, but thank you for the super chat as well. So, a general pull on what I need to know that's hidden from me. So what do you need to know right now of what's hidden for you? So thank you for the super chat as well. So there is a lot of people around you right now, but they're... I feel like there's a lot of people around you right now, but they're kind of almost like preoccupied here. I almost feel like this is like delayed friendship circle, if that makes sense. Like, there's people here who want to be in a friendship circle with you and would really enjoy it, and you get them to be a good friendship, but it's more timing issue. I do feel like this is more to do with as well, like they've got a lot going on and it needs time to clear up first, and then you're going to get on this stepping stone of like having this friendship circle. And I feel like this is either people that you'll speak to on a, I don't want to say a daily basis, but like a bi-daily basis, like several times a week, should I say. And that's really going to help to kind of like, again, give that kind of like disconnection from the health stuff. But more than anything, this is kind of lift your spirit and really give this kind of like, oh, this is quite fun. I just don't feel like it's instant right now. I feel like this is more a few months down the line. But it's just, I don't feel like the hidden motives. It's like, this is people that you don't think are friends right now, or you don't think have time for you right now. You might know of them, but like, you don't really know them, if you know what I mean. You don't really have like a lot of talk, a lot of conversation, but that's because they're busy with their own stuff right now. Once that kind of clears up, that's going to be when they come towards you. But this is definitely people that aren't very active in your life right now. With the Ten of Cups here though, there is this issue here of like with the Ten of Cups that you don't really feel like they value you or want to value you kind of thing. I do feel like it's going to come in like as we get out of September time. I feel like maybe possibly even November, December time or January. I can't get like a clear fix on it because I do feel like it's going to be a slow process of them slowly starting to interact with you more, that kind of thing. But just allow this to develop. And so I do feel like there is some good people coming in who want to kind of expand their friendship circle as well, but they've not really had the time of late. And that's not them trying to be horrible or anything. It's just, you know, sometimes things get overwhelming, you know. So bear that in mind, that there is this new friendship circle coming in for you. I don't feel like it's a current one though. It's definitely new. Yeah, it's definitely not like that. They're definitely not like that. So definitely avoid the people that are trying to like just take from you. This is people who just want, like, you know when people talk about like being a mom, like I know that that's not the case here, but like when people talk about being a mom and they forget what it's like to have an adult conversation. This is people who have almost forgotten because they've been so busy with everything else. They've forgotten what it's like just to have an adult conversation, just to have a chat with somebody. They miss that. That's what they want. And it's, you know, there might be a little bit of like going out or something like that involved, but it's not because they want to go out. It's just because they want an adult conversation. They want to chat to somebody, you know. So I hope that helps you out though. Yeah, do be careful about that. That's why it's always best to like keep quiet about your money, you know. Be careful about your money, who you tell about your money, because sometimes like as soon as people realise you got some money coming in, they're like, oh, I've got a problem. And then you have to, you know, you have to be careful about that. Crystal, what does Crystal need to know today? Crystal, what does Crystal need to know today? So, I do feel like here a little bit, Crystal, you're kind of putting somebody on a pedestal. You're focusing on, I don't want to even say you're focusing on only the good in them. You're focusing on this one thing, and you're not focusing on what you're missing out on. There is somebody or something that you are starting to let slip away. And I feel like if you're not careful, you're going to let this person, and I do feel like it's more of a person, slip away from you. Because of your lack of action, because you're not kind of either spending time with them or taking interest in them, that kind of thing. I feel like more than anything, this is like you having to like reach out and like message somebody or like talk to somebody or spend some time with them. Because I feel like that if you kind of let it just go on and go on, they'll get to a point where they're like, oh, you're trying to reach out to me now? I don't want to talk to you. I was here and you didn't reach out to me. What's going on? So there is a little bit of an element here of like you having to kind of go, I need to spend some time with this person. I need to make them a priority again. I need to make this person a priority for me. So I do feel like there is this issue here of like trying to make this person a priority. So be careful about that. I don't feel like it's somebody that's actually blocked you. I feel like this isn't somebody that you want to talk to and you just physically can't. This is somebody who you've kind of left on red a little bit, or you kind of just not got to them, or you kind of not chased them up. You know, like when they say like sometimes friendships like don't end because like you have arguments, they end because you fade apart, and you don't notice that fading because like 1 minute you're talking every day, next week it's once a week, next week it's once a month, and that next week it's like 12 months down the line and you haven't heard from them. It's not the person that you're thinking of that's blocked you. It's the person, and I do feel like this is like a person who wants to be in your life. You have access to talk to them. If you message them right now, they would reply back, you know, that kind of thing. It's not somebody that's blocked. Stop focusing on the people that are rejecting your contact, which blocking somebody is rejecting the contact. Stop focusing on the people that are rejecting the contact. Start focusing on the people that actually want contact. Does that make sense, Crystal? Yeah. Don't focus on the people that have chosen to block you. Focus on the people that are still there, you know. But yeah, this is definitely not they've blocked you. No, this is like people drifting apart kind of mentality, you know. So, who else wants a reading? Let me just check. Laura, what do you need to know today, Laura? Ooh, like, I want to say like, oh, there's definitely some love coming in. I almost feel like this is something a bit shy and quiet. I wish this was my card. I want that card, thank you. This is like somebody that has a lot of love for you and is a little bit hopelessly romantic toward you, but like they're holding it back. They're like hiding away. This person is hiding away like crazy. More than anything though, I feel like it's time for you to kind of like realize that although they find it hard to like say it, they are slowly starting. It's almost like they're leaving little chocolate trails, you know. They're giving you little bits of like their love, like their affection, but there's this shyness, this fear of kind of going full like, oh my god, I love you kind of thing. Like, I have no chill in that department. Like, I either like go, I love you amazingly, or like, you know, I'm like, I don't give a shit, you know. One or two, you know, I have no chill in that department. They do want to connect with you more, so I definitely feel like start saying to them like, okay, I want to spend time with you, that kind of thing, like accepting their advances, but actually offering advances towards them as well, because they're not very good at communicating when they want to advance things, and that is down to like shyness and fear. It's almost like, you know, when people play these silly games and they're like, oh, I want to like talk to this person here, but I shouldn't talk to them today because I got their number yesterday. You've got to wait 48 hours before you text them, or whatever the hell the game is. I don't know. I'm terrible at dating. I date autistic people, like, you know. So like, you know, but there's those silly games and stuff. I'm like, I don't understand it either. It's like, I just text you. Like, I have golden retriever vibes. But yeah, so what I was saying, yeah, they want to contact you, they want to come towards you, but they're not very good at expressing it. So you need to take some priority on that yourself and actually come towards them, ask them what they're doing, what they want to do, that kind of thing. take that going forward, because I do feel like that is going to be really good for you. Please a very loving, honest person though, so please enjoy that. I hope you can take it. So, hello there, Brandon. I'm doing some cards of the day. If you'd like a card of the day, let me know. Is there anybody else I missed? But yeah, I love it. I love your vibes, Laura. I wish I had that in my life right now. Wish I had somebody showering me love and affection. So, Brandon, what does Brandon need to know today? So somebody is rushing into your life here. Okay, so I feel like here you're used to people when they come into your life, they want something. This person doesn't really want anything. Like, they're more than willing to like walk away if you don't want them. But this is definitely a person rushing into your life because... Why? Because they don't really have much connection in others. So like, they don't really have like a huge lot of other people around you. I don't feel like this is love though. I don't think this is about love. This is more like friendship, companionship, possibly work. But like definitely friendship. I feel like their main goal is just, I want a friend, you know. I want friendship, I want a connection. They do feel quite disconnected, and I feel like it's a little bit like they're coming up to you and going, "Hi, how are you?" in a bar or something, and like you're doing the Britishism of going, "What the fuck? Why is this person talking to me?" You know, like, you know, this is a little bit of like, you're like, "Why are you talking to me? Why are you kind of connecting to me?" That kind of thing. There is this little bit of fear involved in it. But allow them kind of come into life, allow them to connect, because I feel like you could actually create a good friendship here, or at least a very good, like, you know, we have chats, we have a nice conversation, that kind of thing. But it's definitely less about love, more about, like, just companionship. So don't see them as somebody who just wants something, whether it's a leg up or a financial venture or whatever. It's literally this person just wants connection, they just want to talk, you know. So... Karen, thank you for the super chat again. So, can you pull any cards as to why CJ is acting odd and secretively? So, why is CJ acting odd and secretive? So, sorry, I just want to switch decks a second. I feel like it needs this one. Yeah, I do love those gold foil ones. They are really kind of shiny and cool. The only problem I have is when you try and take photos with them, it can be a bit problematic. They're having a lot more fun than they're admitting. This is like somebody having fun, running about the place, having fun. Like, I almost want to say juggling multiple people, having multiple options, having multiple people. It's almost like... I almost want to say it's like somebody's going, I want my cake and eat it too. I want to connect with people. I want to be around people. I want to do this, that, or the other. And it's almost like a little bit this fear of going, oh, if I let people know that there's other people in my life, they might kind of get jealous or something like that. Or they might get like, you know. It does feel like it's a little bit like, I don't want to say financial gain, but it's definitely for their gain. Like, finances might be involved in this, but the bottom line is that what they do is for them, basically. It's what I can get out of it. I do feel like they're, like, juggling multiple people. Like, it's almost like they've got these masks. Like, I put on a different mask for each person. There's a lack of communication here, though. A lot of lack of communication. The Queen of Wands here, they are not going to give you a straight answer. It's like talking to ghosts. I know that sounds a bit rough. Sometimes when you talk to spirits, they'll, if you ask them about your future, or at least when I ask them about my future, they'll give me an answer and say, "Beh, I need to tell you about this." But they won't necessarily give you the full answer, if you know what I mean. They'll like tell it in a roundabout way. Or they won't lie, but they'll carefully evade the truth or evade the real answer. So they'll avoid telling you the whole story or telling you what's really going on, you know. There's a lot of that going on. So be careful about them. I'd say walk away from them. Keep them as a friend, but do not keep them close, you know. So you can have fun with them, chat to them, but do not kind of like give them an inch kind of thing. Definitely not a good person here. Definitely much like there's always an angle. It's always if it benefits them. So yeah, be careful about that. I hope that answers your question though. Yeah, and I feel like that's the reason why they're being secretive, because they've got other things going on. They just don't want anybody else to know about it, you know. And you know, at the end of the day, sometimes like telling lies, it gets complicated because you're having to deal with like a million one things, if you know what I mean. So. Disney fan, would you like a card of the day? I'm going to go off after this if you want. If there isn't anybody else who wants a card of the day, I'm going to head off. Oh, no problem, Karen. I'm glad that helped you. Alright, I'm gonna head off now. But I will see you again later, and hopefully I can start coming on again more regular. I haven't kind of sorted out schedule yet, but hopefully I'll come on a little bit more regular. I'm going to try and sort something out. I didn't even plan to come on tonight, to be honest. I just decided to out of a whim. But yeah, I felt like I should. So I'm going to head off now, and I will see you again later.